हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, आज हम ट्रेजर चेस्ट का ICSE शॉर्ट स्टोरीज एंड पोएम्स में से WH ऑर्डेन की एक पोएम द नाइट मेल का क्वेश्चन आंसर्स जो वर्कबुक में दिया हुआ है उसको हम स्टार्ट करने वाले हैं। ठीक है, तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हम मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चंस को स्टार्ट करते हैं। सो नंबर 1 व्हाट वी हैव इज ऑन द अराइवल ऑफ द नाइट मेल द बर्ड्स, इसका सी होगा, टर्न देयर हेड्स एंड स्टेयर एट हर। The night mail makes noise because she wants to tell everyone of her arrival. Number 2, इसका नंबर C। नंबर 3 क्या है? The poet has used the term blank face to show that the coaches were without passengers. से नंबर D। ठीक है, उसके बाद नंबर 4 we have the night mail shovels white steam because it uses coal to get power and emits smoke. It passes along the banks of a stream. It announces its arrival. So इसका क्या होगा? D, all of the above. ठीक है, उसके बाद नंबर 5 what we have is which figure of speech is used in the line given below? Snorting noisily as she passes. तो ये होगा हम लोग का personification. ठीक है, उसके बाद नंबर 6 we have the journey of the night mail symbolizes which of the following? It is the journey of the postal service. Number C. Similarly, number 7 what we have is the night mail passes through the fields and plains, the grassy lands, the slopes. ये all of the above. What does the night mail bring? The night mail brings letters, checks, postal orders. So इसका क्या होगा? Number D, all of the above. Similarly, number 9, how is the night mail different from other trains? It is different from other trains as she does not have human passengers. Here number D. Number 10, which of the following options contains the same literary devices that appears in the given line? The gradients against her but she is on time. ये होगा हम लोग का B, their locks held tight in their still hands. ठीक है, उसके बाद नंबर 11, चूज द ऑप्शन दैट लिस्ट द सीक्वेंस ऑफ इवेंट्स इन द करेक्ट ऑर्डर। सो इसका सीक्वेंस क्या होगा? ये C नंबर का नंबर 2 होगा फर्स्ट में। द ट्रेन ट्रेवल्स एट नाइट विद मेल फॉर द पीपल ऑफ ऑल सोशल स्टार्टा। ये 1। नाउ नंबर 3, उसके बाद होगा द ट्रेन पासेस थ्रू फील्ड्स एंड मूर्स विद स्मोक चकिंग आउट ओवर इट। Then number 4, the sheep, dogs and people living on the farm continue with their slumber. Then we have last is the number 1. The train reaches Glasgow at dawn where the entire Scotland waits for it. So number 11 would be number C option. ठीक है बच्चों, उसके बाद number 12 we have is select the option that shows the correct relationship between statement 1 and statement 2. The night mail roars through the silent grassy fields covering long distances. The sheep, dogs and people living on the farm are awakened by the sound of the train. So number 1 is true, number 2 is false. So this will be number A. Number 12 will be number A. उसके बाद क्या है? अब हम लोग contextual question से जो वर्कबुक में है ना उसको हम लोग करने वाले हैं। ठीक है, अब लोग देखिए, this is the night mail crossing the border, bringing the check and the postal order, letters for the rich, letters for the poor, the shop at the corner, the girl next door. Question क्या है? Why is the poet used this in the first line of the extract? What does the poet mean by a night mail? So यहाँ पे मैंने आंसर्स दिया है। ठीक है, आप लोग आराम से यहाँ से पढ़ सकते हैं, लिख सकते हैं आप लोग असाइनमेंट्स के लिए। The poet has used this in the first line of the extract to immediately draw the reader's attention to the subject, creating a sense of presence and immediacy. It makes the scene feel as though it is happening right now, as if the night mail is currently crossing the border in front of the reader. The night mail refers to a postal train that operates at night, delivering mail, checks and postal orders to various recipients, including the rich, the poor, local shops and ordinary individuals like the girl next door. The poem highlights the train's role in connecting people and communities by ensuring the timely delivery of the important correspondence. ठीक है, उसके बाद we have number 2. According to the extract, what does the night mail bring and for whom? According to the extract, the night mail crosses through the borders of Scotland and England, carrying with it a plethora of letters, checks, postal orders and bills. The mail is universal in its variety, a mixture of both formal and informal letters for all social classes, the rich and the poor in all locations, as well as specific recipients like the shop at the corner and the girl next door. Similarly, number 3. How is the night mail different from regular trains? The night mail is portrayed as a bridge connecting people of all races and nationalities. When it comes to the night mail, there is no line demarcating the rich and the poor, only that connects the two. The night mail is personified as a being that is always on time, even more punctual than humans. No matter the hilly places, the steep slopes, and the difficulties looming in her path, the night mail would always reach a destination on time. The night mail is also a symbol of hope and reassurance. Although the train that connects with is a night mail that travels through the night, it brings a new dawn in their lives. ठीक है बच्चों, नंबर 3 भी मैंने आंसर्स कर दिया है. उसके बाद नंबर 4, what we have is the extract shows that the night mail does not discriminate among people. How? So answer क्या है? The night mail is portrayed as a bridge connecting people of all races and nationalities. When it comes to the night mail, there is no line demarcating the rich and the poor, only one that connects the two. The mail is universal in its variety, a mixture of both formal and informal letters for all social classes, the rich and the poor, and all locations. This shows that the night mail does not discriminate among people, rather she welcomes all with open hands. ठीक है बच्चों, अब आराम से write slowly. Now number 4 we have, give 2 examples of the use of rhymes in the extract. What role do they play in the poem? The rhyming words in this extract are border and order. This comes in the first 2 lines, and poor and door, the last 2 lines. The poet has used n rhymes in this extract, and the entire poem follows a AB rhyme scheme. The role the rhyming words play in the poem is for rhythm. ठीक है students. Now number 2 we have another question. Pulling a batog is steady climb, the gradients against her, but she is on time. Past cotton grass and moorland boulder, shoveling white stream over her shoulder. Number 1 question what we have is, who is the poet talking about? What is gradient and why is it against her? तो यहाँ पे क्या है? Answer, the poet is describing the night mail train personified as a determined traveler. C. Gradient refers to the steepness of the railway slope here. It means the train is climbing uphill. मतलब ये ट्रेन ऊपर चल रहा है, ठीक है, uphill में. The phrase the gradients against her suggests that the terrain is challenging, yet the train persists on time, highlighting its reliability. ठीक है. Number 2 we have, what qualities of the night mail are indicated in this extract? The poem can be seen, answer what we have is, the poem can be seen as an allegory that conveys the sense of duty and punctuality. The night mail, although facing the resistance of gravity in the harsh terrain and unfavorable weather conditions, always arrived on time and never succumbed to unpunctuality. The night mail is being personified as a woman who was disciplined and committed to her task. She struggled against all odds and ends just to bring joy and peace to human beings in the form of letters and parcels. The night mail realized the importance of time schedule. The animals and people who lived near the railway tracks were not affected by its arrival as they had grown habitual to its time. ठीक है बच्चों, मैंने आप लोगों के लिए पूरा इजी वे में लिख दिया है, ठीक है. Number 3 what we have, why does the poet call the train's climb steady? Answer क्या होता है? The train climbs in a steadfast and undeterred manner up the steep slope of a hill. She braves all obstacles to reach her destination in time. It reinforces the idea of the night mail as dependable and unstoppable, a machine that overcomes nature's obstacles. ठीक है. Now number 4, what does shoveling white steam over her shoulder mean? The shoveling white steam over her shoulder is a metaphorical image of the train realizing steam as it labors uphill. So shoveling makes it seem like hard manual work, as if the train is digging through the air and over her shoulder. adds a human touch, as if the train is tossing back steam like a working brushing of sweat. As the train moves steadily towards it, emits white smoke, showing that she was completely exhausted but still putting in an effort to serve others. Now, number 5. How is the poet used personification in this extract? The poem has personified the night mail by giving it the human attributes of a woman who was disciplined and committed to her task. She struggled against all odds and ends just to bring joy and peace to human beings in the form of letters and parcels. The nightmare, although facing the resistance of gravity, always arrived on time and never succumbed to unpunctuality. Even though the hills were steep, the train climbed up in a steadfast and undeterred manner. She braved all obstacles to reach her destination in time. The train was also hardworking, and although she was exhausted after the journey and needed to let out her steam, she still put in an effort to serve others. This personification makes the train feel alive, emphasizing its reliability and effort, much like a heroic figure. Okay? Let's go next question. Dawn freshens, her climb is done. Down towards Glasgow she descends, towards the steam tugs yelping down a glade of cranes, towards the field of apparatus the Frances set on the dark plain, gigantic chessmen. All Scotland waits for her in the dark lanes beside pale green loches. Men long for news. What is meant by her climb is done? Where is she now headed? इसका आंसर क्या है? Her climb is done suggests that the train personified as she, woman, has finished ascending a steep or mountainous section of its journey, likely in Scottish Highlands. Now she is headed down towards Glasgow, Scotland's largest city, descending into its industrial lowlands, where the landscape shifts to factories, cranes and furnaces. Now she was greeted with fields of apparatus and furnaces that resembled homogeneous chessmen on a dark plain. Okay? Now what we have? Number 2. What does the repetition of the consonant D in the first two lines indicate? The alliteration of the hard D sound, dawn freshens, down towards Glasgow she descends, makes the steady rhythmic chugging of the train as it moves. It also emphasizes the descent, the shift from climbing to descending, creating a sense of momentum and inevitability in the journey. The repetition of the D consonant helps with the overall rhythm of the poem, especially in its transition to moving downhill instead of a steady climb. ठीक है बच्चों? Now we have number 3. Which figure of speech is used in the following line? Explain its uses. Set on the dark plain like gigantic chessmen. The figure of speech is used in the following line is simile, as the furnaces are compared to a gigantic chessman using light. This suggests that the industrial structures appear strategically placed, imposing and almost game-like, as if they are part of a vast calculated system mirroring how industry dominates the landscape. Now number 4 we have explain in your own words the meaning of all Scotland waits for her. The line all Scotland waits for her means that people across Scotland, both in rural areas and cities, are eagerly anticipating the train's arrival because it carries letters, news and connections vital to their lives. It highlights the train's unifying role, linking distant communities in a time before instant communication. Number 5 we have which theme of the poem is reflected in this extract? Explain briefly. The theme reflected in this extract is unifying power of communication and industry. The extract shows how the night mail connects all of Scotland from industrial Glasgow to remote highlands, emphasizing how modern infrastructure, trains, postal systems bind society together. The imagery of industry, cranes, furnaces alongside nature, lotus glens also reflects the tension and harmony between progress and tradition. Next we have number 4. Asleep in granite Aberdeen, they continue their dreams, but shall wake soon and hope for letters, and none will hear the postman's knock without a quickening for the heart, for who can bear to feel himself forgotten. What were the people doing while the night mail was traveling through different cities? Now answer क्या है? While the night mail was moving across the country, the people of Glasgow, Edinburgh, Aberdeen, and by extension all of Scotland were asleep, lost in their dreams. The poem suggests a quite suspended moment life pauses as the train carries its precious cargo of letters through the night. What sort of dreams do these people have? Number 2. What are these dreams symbolic of? The poem does not specify the exact nature of the dreams, but they likely represent hopes, desire, and personal longings, perhaps dreams of loved ones, success, or reassurance in uncertain times. Symbolically, these dreams reflect human vulnerability and the universal need for connection. The fact that they shall wake soon and hope for later suggests that their dreams are tied to anticipation and emotional dependence on communication. Number 3, what we have? What would happen to their heartbeat on hearing the postman's knock? Why? On hearing the postman's knock, their hearts would experience a quickening, a sudden acceleration, because the postman's knock brings hope, excitement, or anxiety. This physical reaction shows how deeply people carve connection. A letter could mean love, news, or reassurance that they are remembered. In an era before instant communications, letters were lifelines. Number 4, we have, if the postman does not bring them letters, what would be the feelings of the people? इसका आंसर क्या होगा? If the postman did not bring the people the letters, they would feel lonely, dejected, and deserted, as the line "For who can bear to feel himself forgotten" suggests. The absence of a letter could lead to disappointment, insecurity, or fear of isolation, highlighting how much emotional weight the mail carried. Number 5 क्या है? Explain how the night mail helps to promote human relations. The night mail bridges distances, ensuring the people separated by geography remain emotionally connected. It delivers love letters, business correspondence, and personal news, sustaining relationships in a time when travel and communications were slower. The poem portrays the train as a silent, tireless force of unity. Without it, people would feel disconnected, but its arrival brings hope and a sense of belonging. ठीक है बच्चों, तो मैंने सब आंसर्स जितना भी वर्कबुक में था वो सब मैंने आप लोगों के लिए यहाँ पे नोट डाउन कर दिया है. आप यहाँ से आप लोग आराम से आप लोग लिख सकते हैं. ठीक है, तो थैंक यू. अगर आपको है ना ऐसा और मतलब वर्कबुक के आंसर्स चाहिए तो प्लीज़ डू लाइक, सब्सक्राइब. थैंक यू.